My immediate response, I appreciate that, Doggy. My immediate response, and that's a reason I wanted to stay on for this segment. It's time for black ownership. I know the lady, I think her name is Melody Hobson, is a part owner for the Denver Broncos, if I remember correctly. I hope I'm not wrong about that. I'm not sure, but I think that was. But I'm talking about a majority owner of a National Football League franchise that happens to be a black person. That would be nice. One of the things that we have discussed and lamented throughout recent history is the lack of representation, the lack of diversity when it comes to the ownership group. Maybe if there were black owners, more issues would be addressed more poignantly, more transparency would exist. Obviously, more coaches would be of African American descent and beyond. And so I think I look at this as an opportunity to ingratiate an African American into the proceedings. You have a guy like Jay-Z with Beyonce, and Lord knows how much money they're worth. You're talking about groups of individuals that could coalesce and come together and really collaborate and combine their resources to ultimately own franchises throughout the National Football League. Why can't that be the case when we're talking about African American representation on the ownership, from an ownership standpoint? It is far time that it has happened in the National Football League. Over 65% of its players are black. Obviously, we understand that. We recognize that it's the most popular sport in North America. We get all of that as well. We know how big time the NFL is. I mean, you're talking about it being worth billions upon billions of dollars. And there are enough black folks with deep pockets who would love to be a part of the cash cow that is the National Football League. And this is an opportunity for them to do it, because what everybody needs to understand and be reminded of, you could have all the money in the world, and the National Football League meeting the Board of Governors, its ownership group, they still don't have to let you in. They can still keep you out. What we're saying is it's far time that they let African Americans in. And this is a perfect opportunity to do that in the nation's capital. I know it's outside, it's off 495, FedEx Field, and all of that other stuff. But when you talk about Washington, D.C., you talk about Chocolate City. This is what you're talking about. You're talking about, people, Prince George County. You're talking about a whole bunch of people that would be represented and would be highly satisfied if they had an African American owner. This is the time to make that happen if you're the National Football League.
I agree with both of you guys' points. I think what stuck out to me when this announcement was made, and we talked about this, I talked about